Hey guys, it's me, Freddy Pop Collector, and you know what's crazy? This channel is reaching 4 years old, which is crazy in of itself, but more than that, in my 500 video history, I haven't once, not a single time, talked about FNAF fan games. Which is honestly weird, because it's not like I don't appreciate or don't play FNAF fan games or anything like that. One of my favorite games to come out of the entire FNAF IP is probably Joy of Creation's story mode. I also really enjoy Five Nights at Candy's and Pop Goes, and I'm excited to see what their creators will do with their respective series under the Fanverse Initiative. Speaking of the Fanverse Initiative, there's one game in particular that I want to talk about today, one that I've been following the development of for years, and one that I can't wait to see how it changes the future of FNAF. That being... the sheer concept behind FNAF Plus is just so golden. Remaking the original through a new creative lens, aka a new developer, while still being overseen by the original developer is a recipe for a great game. The developer Phisnom clearly knows what he's doing, he's a veteran fan, and just a couple years ago Phisnom made a fan game called Open Source, which was more or less a FNAF 2 reimagined. With his promising record, I have a lot of faith that Phisnom can deliver a great experience, and with the release of FNAF Plus nearing ever closer every day, I thought what better time than the present to go over my thoughts, theories, hopes, and predictions for what FNAF Plus will lead to in the future. So without wasting any more time, let's dive into our discussion on Five Nights at Freddy's Plus. FNAF Plus is FNAF 1 set in an alternate universe, which right off the bat is brilliant because similar to the books, which are also set in an alternate universe, it puts this game under the FNAF canon umbrella, which means again like the books, we can use these spin-offs to fill in the blanks of the unanswered questions from the game's lore. So setting this game in an alternate universe is a great way to appease the fans looking for story. You know what else is great? These new top-tier designs. Witnessing Phisnom's spin on these classic characters is so fascinating to me. It's so strange to see animatronics designs that actually look scary again. These nail the creepy Chuck E. Cheese vibe, which, quick side note, something me and other FNAF fans have been a little flustered on lately is the lack of horror in the FNAF horror franchise. The epitome of this is Security Breach, a game that looks and feels like it was designed for 6-year-olds. I hate being so critical, I really do. I feel like Steelwool gets a very bad rap, but the bright colors, diverse, interesting animatronic personalities, Vanny's lack of any weapon whatsoever, all contribute to this FNAF is a kid's game idea. Despite being rated teen, Glamrock Freddy can't say Gregory is bleeding. Really? Despite being rated teen, Vanessa can't carry around a knife that she was marketed to have in all the promotional material. Are you serious? The younger fans are mature enough to understand that this franchise is about dead children. You don't need to de-horrify the series just because kids like it. We're starting to steer a little off course, so I'll wrap it up with this. My Security Breach rating has unfortunately gone down from an 8 to a 6, don't at me. Anyways, I bring all of this up with Security Breach because it does relate back to FNAF Plus, a FNAF game that is actually scary again. The last official FNAF game to focus on horror through and through was Sister Location. Since then, Pizzeria Simulator and Ultimate Custom Night have had scary moments, but the horror definitely took a backseat, which, in my opinion, the more comedic undertones worked well for installments 6 and 7, but this FNAF Plus reboot is a great return to FNAF's roots. The animatronics in FNAF Plus look dangerous and vicious, and I love the addition of the clothes. It really grounds it in our own reality. Now I want to shift gears and talk about the little gameplay teaser we received in early June. My first impressions... it's perfect. The vibe feels both old and nostalgic, but at the same time, new and fresh, and I can't believe Phisnom was able to nail both. My only small, minor critique is the frames. They're a little choppy, but remember, this game is still in development, so hopefully this won't be the case in the final version. The multiple customizable interfaces was something that I didn't even know I wanted, but after seeing them, it's a very welcome addition. Based on your interface, it seems certain aspects of your office will be remixed. For example, the figurine in the top right shelf of the office seems to change between Freddy, Balloon Boy, Dee Dee, and maybe more. The new cameras to the map layout are a nice expansion, and I really hope these new rooms offer some new mechanics. Speaking of new mechanics, a new feature that I really like is that the cameras no longer auto-turn. You have to manually turn them yourselves, which feel much more realistic, again, which is what this game is going for, a more down-to-earth vibe. This isn't really related to the gameplay teaser in any way, but something Phisnom went out of his way to point out is that this game will have a very expansive custom night and post-game. I'm curious to see what he means by expansive, but all in all, everything I've seen so far looks fantastic. fantastic. The cameras, the lighting, the models are all phenomenal to me. If we can just get some new ambience tracks, this game's atmosphere is flawless. Now that I've gotten all my basic thoughts out there, I want to talk about some of my FNAF Plus theories. First of all, as we see in the majority of the FNAF Plus VHS teasers, there seems to be a big emphasis on the animatronics wanting to leave the building. A concept like this has never really been explored in FNAF before, and I'm really excited to see what this leads to. My take is that it may hint to some sort of higher level of sentience in these animatronics, unlike the confused, angry, restless spirits of the original versions. This very well may tie back to the puppet as well, who is confirmed to be in this game. As evident in UCN, the puppet seems to be some sort of guidance figure to the spirits.
The others are under my protection. The others are like animals, but I am very aware.
So given Charlie's UCN characteristics, perhaps the puppet is the one leading the charge in their escape. I guess we'll just have to wait until FNAF Plus is released to see how this escape plot is resolved. The next theory may sound out there, but it's very interesting, and honestly there's a lot of evidence to support this, that being that FNAF Plus takes place in the Fazbear Frights universe. I just can't get away from this book series, can I? Not only do we have drawing references of Lonely Freddy and Fetch, but of course there's the big one that could make or break this tie-in, that being the ball pit. Yeah, there's a ball pit in this game, which is very weird considering there wasn't one in the original, so what was the meaning or inspiration behind this? It's logical to fit this in with Fazbear Frights, it doesn't contradict anything, and personally I think it would be a great move on Phisnom and Scott's part. The final topic I'd like to go over today is my hopes and predictions for this game. This may seem minuscule, but I hope this game is absolutely littered with Easter eggs. Maybe we could see Shadow Freddy or Shadow Bonnie standing at the windows of the office. If the kitchen camera is broken like in the original FNAF, maybe on very rare occasions the kitchen camera would be back online, which would be a very cool Easter egg. A reference or rare screen of Spring Bonnie would make a lot of sense because, as we all know, Springtrap is in the FNAF 1 location. These are just a few of my top ideas, but I really hope this game has multiple Easter eggs to keep us talking about this game for months after its release. The OG FNAF didn't have any minigames or cutscenes, so I'm not going to go into this reimagining expecting them, but as I brought up in my Fixing FNAF 1 video a couple years ago, I really hope there's something in between the nights to not make them feel so repetitive. And the final thing I want to address for my hopes is the possibility of a sequel. I can respect if Phisnom isn't interested in a sequel because this first game alone has taken like, what, 2 years to develop, so you can really tell he's putting his heart and soul into this project. But if he's on board with the idea, imagine how cool it would be to have the first trilogy of games reimagined. But no matter what Phiznom's vision is, I can't wait to see the game him and Scott present us with. And with that being said, that was my thoughts, theories, hopes, and predictions for Five Nights at Freddy's Plus. Thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you like this more discussion-ish type of video. I don't normally do videos like this. I usually have video ideas planned months in advance. Like, for example, I have a slate up to December right now, but you know, it can get switched around, and I just felt like talking about FNAF Plus, so let me know if you enjoy this more, I don't know, loose discussion kind of content. I would also love to hear from you guys about FNAF Plus. Are you excited for it? What are you looking forward to? What do you hope is in the game? Please let me know. I'd love to talk about it. My next video will be a ranking and then a top 10 around the end of the month. And beyond July, of course, there's August 8th, FNAF's anniversary, and I don't usually do anything for it, but this year I am, and August 8th will debut a brand new big series on this channel, so I hope you're excited. But with that being said, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.